Today, we're going to take a look at the Nissan Juke. I'm Dean Bowman, your Nissan Insider. Describing Juke is really difficult. It's unlike any vehicle out there. It was designed with inspiration taken from all kinds of other vehicles. For instance, it has a lot of characteristics of an off-road vehicle. The headlamps are reminiscent of rally car lights. The high stance and ground clearance, similar to that of an SUV, are great when you're navigating the city and you encounter those parking structures with those really steep ramps or driveways. And the increased ride height really gives you a good look ahead while driving. Juke is also inspired by sports cars. It has a direct injected turbocharged engine. It has an extremely advanced all-wheel drive system that not only transfers torque from the front to the rear wheels, but in the back it can transfer power from left to right as well. Just like a sports car, Juke's stance is wide at the wheels, but the upper canopy is tight. So tight even the rear hinge shape is slightly exposed. To create a sport coupe appearance, the designers moved the rear door handle upward and hid it in the C-pillar. And to add a little bit of attitude, the hood-mounted lights are designed to resemble a crocodile that is staring at you lurking just below the surface. Once inside, you'll see the inspirations of a completely different kind of vehicle, a sport bike. It not only looks cool, but it's functional as well. This upper portion gives the driver proper knee support so they can brace themselves when driving. And the gauges look like they're plucked right off the bike and slid right in front of the driver. Now let's talk cargo capacity. The Juke's a 5-door hatchback, so you're going to notice a couple of things. The hatch opening is wide. The hatch itself opens up tall enough so I can actually stand under it, and there's substantial space behind the second row seats. Now, if you want to get the seats to go down and maybe carry an item that's too large to fit in the trunk of a sedan, just go ahead and hit the easy releases and you get a flat cargo area. There's easily enough room to carry large items like a dog kennel. There's even smart storage up front. The glove box is more than deep enough for my camera bag. There's a specially aligned pocket here that's perfect for your iPod. Keeps it from sliding around. There's also a bin in the center console, more than big enough for any mobile phone. One of the coolest features of the Juke is its adaptive performance technologies. You can determine whether it's an efficient vehicle or a performance vehicle. For example, the engine's a small displacement 1.6 liter that's great for efficiency. At the same time, it's a direct injected turbocharged engine that has torque on demand anytime you need it. The available all-wheel drive system adapts as well. In normal driving conditions, it distributes the power up front to go in two-wheel drive mode, which is really good for efficiencies. If added traction or grip are required, it will distribute the power to all four wheels. There's even a display on the dash that shows the all-wheel drive torque distribution. The available Icon driver's interface system allows the driver to manually make changes to the Juke's performance. At first look, the Icon looks just like an air conditioning system. The buttons are intuitive, and the display is really cool. But when you depress the D mode button, you'll notice that the color and the functionality of the buttons completely change. There are 3 driver's modes to select. When you select a mode, the display will show what effect there is on the engine, transmission, steering, or air conditioning system. Normal mode's for everyday driving. It's the perfect mix of performance and efficiency, and you get a torque display. When you want sportier feedback, go with the sport mode. It displays the turbo boost. If you're stuck in traffic or just cruising on the freeway, go with the eco mode, and it gives you a display to help you keep an eye on how efficient you're driving. Along with the driver's modes, there's a few other settings as well. Hit the setup button and you can set certain preferences. The drive info has 2 displays, drive information or a really cool G-force display. Hit the eco info button and you can see daily and weekly results of how you're driving. Even the steering adapts for you. If you're going low speeds in a parking lot, the steering is light so it's easy to turn. If you're going higher speeds, the steering firms up and gives you a sportier feel. Juke's available some great technologies, things that make your life not only easier, but much more enjoyable as well. For example, the Nissan Intelligent Key. You no longer have to use your keyless remote to get inside your vehicle anymore. With the Intelligent Key, just have it in your pocket or near you, and depress the button here on the door handle to unlock the door. Press it once and it unlocks the driver's door. Press it twice and unlocks all the doors. Once inside, just step on the brake and push the ignition button. The car starts, all with the key still in my pocket. Juke is standard with a Bluetooth hands-free phone system. That means as long as you have a compatible phone, you just sync it up with the head unit, and you can make and receive your phone calls with the buttons on the steering wheel. Now this is Nissan's next generation Bluetooth system, so it stores the address book from your phone. It makes making phone calls that much easier. Juke offers a couple of different ways to play your digital music collection in your vehicle. You can rip a bunch of MP3s on a CD-ROM and play it in the head unit. You can get the available USB input, perfect for an iPod. Just go ahead and plug it in. You can use the steering wheel controls or the stereo controls to access your playlists. Or, if your mobile phone streams radio stations that are perhaps commercial free, you can use the auxiliary input and go ahead and play music from that. You can add the Nissan navigation system. It lets you set routes a couple of different ways. You can go with the shortest distance, the fastest time, or the most economical route. If you combine that with the eco mode of the icon system, it allows you to really maximize your efficiencies. You can get XM Nav traffic that gives you real-time traffic updates. It gives you a good idea what your freeway commute's can look like. The touchscreen display gives you instant access to your iPod if plugged into the USB input, as well as XM radio. Some models also add a rearview monitor that helps when you're maneuvering in tight places. So that's the Nissan Juke. Now, one thing to keep in mind though, when choosing the exterior color, it looks radically different in light versus dark colors. The dark grille, lower fascia, and wraparound trim really contrast with the lighter colors. It gives a perception of a higher stance. All those parts tend to blend with the darker colors, while the headlamps and hood-mounted lights really pop. So we asked the designers, where were all the character colors? The oranges, the greens, the golds. Their explanation was this: the design was already radical enough. It didn't need any crazy colors to compete with. Thanks for watching our Juke Walkaround.